The sterile hum of the hospital room fills your ears, a cruel counterpoint to the ragged breaths of your child. Doctors have exhausted every avenue, every last hope extinguished by the grim diagnosis. But then, a whisper from the shadows, a desperate, impossible solution, an ancient ritual, a dark pact. It demands a life, a pure, innocent life, in exchange for the one you cherish most. The ritual, they say, is foolproof, but the cost is an indelible stain on your soul. Time is running out, the sands of your child's life slipping away. Can a life, however innocent, be weighed against the love for your own flesh and blood? What is the true measure of a monster? Is the salvation of one worth the damnation of another?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This dilemma strips us bare, revealing the primal, often brutal, core of parental love. It forces us to confront the utilitarian argument pushed to its extreme. Is the greater good truly served by an act of profound evil? The psychological fallout of choosing to sacrifice an innocent would be a living hell, a constant battle against the monster you became. Conversely, allowing your child to die, while morally pure, leaves an unyielding scar of regret and helplessness. There is no victory here, only the cold, hard choice between two forms of psychological torment. For years, you've stumbled upon fragments, whispers of a truth too profound, too destabilizing to exist. Now, the final piece of the puzzle clicks into place. It's an undeniable fact, a revelation that unravels every major historical narrative, every political structure, every spiritual dogma humanity holds dear. To reveal it would be to pull the rug from under civilization, sparking riots, wars, and an existential crisis on an unimaginable scale. But to keep silent is to perpetuate a lie, to allow billions to live in a gilded cage of ignorance, your conscience screaming with the weight of untold knowledge. Is ignorance truly bliss, or is it a moral cowardice? Do we have a right to the truth, no matter the cost? Who bears the burden of a world consumed by its own foundations?
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This dilemma grapples with the inherent tension between truth and stability. The revelation of such a profound truth could be seen as an ultimate act of honesty, a liberation from deception. However, the psychological cost of witnessing the world descend into chaos due to your actions would be immense, a burden of guilt for generations. Choosing to remain silent while preserving peace condemns you to a life of profound isolation, knowing you hold the key to humanity's true nature, but keeping it locked away. It questions whether humanity is ready for certain truths, or if some lies are necessary for collective survival. A celestial phenomenon, an ancient prophecy, and now you. You've been chosen, not by your will, but by an unseen force that has deemed you the vessel for humanity's salvation. This power is immense, capable of mending the fractured world, but it comes at an unthinkable price. It demands the complete dissolution of who you are, your memories, your desires, your very self, to become a being of pure purpose, experiencing unending agony as you absorb the collective pain of existence. To refuse means sealing humanity's fate, watching from the sidelines as the world collapses into dust and despair. Is your identity a price worth paying for billions of lives? What defines you when every memory is erased? Can you condemn humanity for the sake of your own soul?
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This dilemma delves into the very definition of self and self-sacrifice. To accept the mantle is to choose altruism on a cosmic scale, but it's a terrifying erasure of individuality, a death of the ego for the sake of the species. The psychological horror of willingly becoming a sentient conduit for suffering, losing every anchor to your former life, is immense. Conversely, the guilt of refusing, of letting an entire species perish when you held the power to prevent it, would be a unique and devastating form of existential torment. It forces us to question whether our individual existence is truly paramount, or if there are greater responsibilities that transcend the self. The person you love most is consumed by a memory, a past trauma that casts a perpetual shadow over their life. They're breaking, fading under its weight. Then, a new technology emerges, a radical procedure, precise memory excision. It can remove the root of their suffering, offer them peace. But there's a catch, a terrible side effect. That memory, however painful, forged them, shaped their resilience, their empathy, their unique perspective. Erasing it would not just delete the pain, it would fundamentally alter their personality, their core identity, leaving a different, perhaps hollowed, version of the person you cherish. This is not just forgetting, it's rewriting their very essence. Is peace without authenticity a true peace? Do we have the right to curate another's reality? Which is more vital, their present comfort or their authentic self, however damaged?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This dilemma probes the intricate relationship between memory, identity, and suffering. On one hand, the desire to alleviate a loved one's pain is powerful and compassionate. Yet, to do so by fundamentally altering who they are raises profound ethical questions about autonomy and authenticity. The psychological burden of choosing to remake someone, even with good intentions, could lead to a haunting sense of guilt and loss for the chooser. Allowing them to suffer while agonizing respects their journey and the lessons, however harsh, their trauma might contain. It forces us to consider if pain, in its own twisted way, is an essential component of the human experience. The world outside is a wasteland, a toxic, unforgiving void. You are sealed in a bunker, the last bastion of hope for a small group of survivors. But the air filtration system is failing, the food stores dwindling faster than anticipated. The grim calculus is stark. There are too many mouths, too few resources for anyone to make it. One life, by necessity, must be extinguished for the others to have a chance, however slim. And you, by some twist of cruel fate, are the one thrust into the role of arbiter, the judge, the executioner. The silent gazes of the desperate, starving faces around you are a hammer blow to your conscience, demanding a decision no human should ever have to make. Can you play God when every face holds a story? Is taking a life to save others a moral act or an unforgivable sin? What kind of survival demands such a price?
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is the classic lifeboat dilemma, amplified by the claustrophobia of a bunker and the crushing weight of direct personal responsibility. The act of choosing who lives and who dies reduces individuals to mere resources, a horrifying dehumanization born of extreme duress. Psychologically, the person making this choice would be irrevocably scarred, haunted by the specter of the life they condemned, forever wrestling with the definition of their own humanity. Refusing to choose, while preserving moral innocence, results in the extinction of all, leading to a different, perhaps more insidious, form of guilt, the guilt of inaction. It forces us to confront the brutal realities of survival and the breaking point of human empathy.